Hello folks, this is Johnny again, and today I got again another box. Man, I've been really splurging these last 2 months. First a new 6-string guitar with new pickups, then new interface, and now new headphones. But don't worry, this is not about getting stuff or having stuff. This is just about changing some stuff, okay? I'm not a big fan of materialism. Everything is in here has its purpose. It's not just here for the sake of being here. So, new headphones. I was thinking I kind of want to change my recording setup a little bit. Get back more into mixing with headphones instead of with the monitors, because room acoustics, okay? When you're at home in a less than ideal room to mix in, you're gonna run into a little bit of trouble eventually. Every time someone says, never mix with headphones, blah, 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 always studio monitors. No. No. Why? Why? I mean, yes, headphones have their drawbacks, sure. But it's not as if they will give you a horrible mix. Not at all. On the contrary, if you have a room with bad acoustics and you don't really have the budget to get room acoustics treatment, even my stuff here, that's low budget what I got here, okay? And it's still giving me a little bit of trouble. And I don't really have the money to pay for better room acoustic treatment, and I don't really want to spend any more money on it, because you always got to figure out, okay, how much do you want to put into something and how much are you getting out of it? In a lot of things in life nowadays, I'm thinking in terms of input and output. Go figure. And I have to say, I would have to spend too much money and time on room acoustics, and it's not really worth it for me. I mean, I'd say I'm getting decent enough mixes. At least I, for my part, am happy with what I'm getting. So now I got me some new headphones, because that's the only way I can still improve on that. Because what I'm still hearing is a lot of mess in the low mid-range on my mixes, and the upper mid-range, somehow I'm still struggling with that, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I have my deficiencies as well. I've only been doing this for, I don't know, 7 years about-ish. But I would have to get better room treatment in order to get a clearer picture on that. And the headphones I got here, the AKG k701, well, they are getting kind of dated, and there's better stuff out there. So I want to try something new and see if I can get some better results with these. So now, let's see here. I got me the AKG k701. Oh, look at this. It's beautifully packaged. Although that doesn't say anything, let's be honest. I mean, take a look at Monster Beats. There, I said it. So how do we open this up without breaking it? As always, I want to be gentle. Ooh. Also, I got me a new lapel mic now with my wireless system here. And this is the Rode Smart Lav Plus. I heard great things about it, great reviews, so I wanted to try it out, because the other lapel mic that came with that system here, that's cheap nonsense. It sounded so horrible, and I had to do way too much processing to get it to sound anywhere closely decent, and I still didn't like it. So now this one is doing a much better job at that, and now let's check this out. Flop. Oh, very nice, very nice. Come on, come on. Okay. Come on, get out of there. what in the world? I don't care for great looking package if it gives me trouble to unpack what I'm actually wanting to get at. Oh, okay, it's wired in. I see. That's stupid, okay? I gotta have to take this whole thing out in order to unwire it. Or I would have to cut them, but I don't have any scissors with me right now. Just a knife, and that's too fiddly for me. I don't wanna damage anything. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's put this in there. So this is an attached cable, not like with the with the K271, which you can plug the cable into the headphones. And now I notice I haven't talked about this pair of headphones at all. Ooh, this is looking beautiful. Now this is neat. The cable already goes into a 1/4 inch plug instead of an eighth inch. Because that's pretty good because most interfaces have a 1/4 inch output, so that makes sense. Now this is a open back headphone in the price league. Wait, this one costs €140. Yeah, and I was also considering the what were they called, Baymeyer DT 880. Which are, I think, $180. And when you read around forums, then people really like the Baymeyer. And then, well, I was off to doing some research. And then I found this great site, innerfidelity.com. And this is run by a guy, he made measurements of hundreds of headphones. And this was pretty interesting. So I compared the measurements of the K701s to these Baymeyers, and the measurements looked very similar. And then the question was for me, well, which one should I get? They look pretty similar, but of course I can't tell what they sound like. So I googled AKG K701 versus Baymeyer DT 880. And guess what? I found one or the other blog where someone actually compared the two, and it seems the general consensus is the AKG are actually a little bit better. And they seem to be a bit clearer in that lower range and not as dense sounding, or I can't quite remember what it said really, but generally speaking, these are supposed to be a little bit better than the Baymeyer, so I went with these. Okay, there's the left. Let's check the comfort. Ah, awesome. Now, of course, being open back headphones, those don't seal outside noise as well. But from what I understand, open back headphones are easier on the ears. They don't fatigue so much. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I'm not an expert on this stuff. And now, let's give them a test run. Okay, for comparison's sake, let's put the K271s in again. Okay, I can already tell these will take me some getting used to. And I'll tell you exactly why. Look at these two graphs of the EQ response of these two headphones. As you can see, the K271 has quite the dip there at this upper range. And I'm completely used to that now. So with the K701s not having that dip, to me they actually sound harsh in that area. And that is a misconception on my part. So I really need to listen to these headphones for quite some time to really get used to them. But I am very confident, but I'm quite confident that I will learn to love these a whole lot. What I can already tell, the whole frequency range is so much more open and clearer, especially the low end is much more flatter sounding. so more accurate. I really like this. Yeah, I'm quite liking these. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Now, coming back to the point about you shouldn't mix on headphones and always studio monitors and whatnot, I personally really like the viewpoints of Andrew Scheps, an ace-class engineer. When you watch some seminars of him or interviews, he has such a great mindset about mixing. And he just puts mixing really to the point. He says the most important thing about mixing, the one rule that counts, is what's coming out of these speakers. Does it sound good or does it not sound good? And the listener doesn't care what you used. The listener doesn't care how you got there. The only thing that matters to the listener is, does it sound good or not? Okay, so if you use headphones or monitors, doesn't matter at all. It has to sound good in the end. That's it. And as it turns out, Andrew Scheps also uses headphones quite a lot. So that should tell you something. Of course, he being an A-class engineer, he can pretty much do anything. But that's just, I really like the point of it, okay? When someone is vehemently telling you not to use headphones, or telling you that headphones lie and whatnot, of course headphones have their deficiencies, but you can still work with them. Okay, so by all means use them. If you are on a tight budget and you can't afford great monitors and you can't afford great studio acoustic treatment, then sure, go for headphones. A decent pair of headphones will get you a long way. It will get you much further than having semi-decent studio monitors in an untreated room. That's pretty much the stupidest thing you can do when you're just starting out, okay? So, in my opinion at least. I also started out on headphones and I used them to death. Like really the whole day I would listen with these headphones and I would really get to know them. And with the acoustics of the room being completely out of the equation, it also doesn't mess up the picture. So they are a very decent solution when you are a beginner and when you are starting out. Of course, after time, it would make sense to also get a pair of studio speakers or monitors. The way I'm doing it, I'm usually using both. Okay, I'm using the monitors to make some clear judgments on the upper mid-range when I'm hearing some harsh frequencies, some resonances that I want to dip down. I notice those with the monitors much more than with the headphones, for example. Or also the volume balance is much easier to determine with the monitors than with headphones. At least that's the experience I made. Okay, but I really like the headphones, for example, to mix the low end and the lower mid-range, because that's the most troublesome area in an not so decently acoustically treated room. So why not go for headphones to use that? They take the acoustics out of the equation. You can completely rely on them in that area. So do it by all means. I mean, come on. It's not all set in stone. Just try it out and see what happens. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as always, and then I shall see you next time.